Hi again, guys. Gary here again. It is April 1st or April Fool's Day, and it is also Easter Monday for those of you who are so inclined. I won't be making any jokes, April Fool's jokes on this video, okay? But I am looking at the calendar, and oh my, the amount of crap that's filling up our calendar. I mean, we used to have days in the month where there was just nothing. Now, looking at the calendar, it's National Walking Day, National 1 Cent Day, Independent Artist Day, National Sourdough Bread Day. It just goes on and on and on. Can you not just leave our calendar alone and stop filling it up with crap? Look at International Men's Day, for example. It's also International Toilet Day. No coincidence there, I'm sure. Right. Anyway, happy April 1st for those of you who are watching this on April 1st. I am now 2 months into the carnivore diet. How have I been doing? Well, at work, it's been extremely quiet. In fact, I haven't done any real work since the middle of December, and I'm waiting on a tool to arrive at work. I think maybe May I'll actually be doing some actual real work instead of sitting around at the office. So yeah, that's where I am there. On a personal level, I have been busy. I have been looking at upgrading our second family car, which is a 10-year-old Nissan Leaf. And I'm just looking at coming up a couple of years. Here in Ireland, cars that are older than 10 years, you generally kind of get screwed with insurance and all that kind of stuff. So looking at, replacing it, getting an upgrade, maybe a 2018 to 2020. Again, a Nissan Leaf, great car. That's kind of where we are. We're an EV family here. Also, I have had last week a 5.2 kilowatt potential solar array installed on my roof. So the light that is shining on me right now from this light ring behind the camera is being powered by solar. It's not exactly a sunny day out there, but there's enough to power the small amount of electronics that are running in the house at the moment. So yeah, that's been busy, getting my electrics upgraded, getting the solar installed, all that kind of stuff, and kind of all the planning that goes around it. I've been keeping myself busy. I also have to fix my electric gates, so I don't know, maybe I'll get to that later today or next week. Moving on, how have I been doing otherwise? Am I still doing carnivore? Yes, I am. Would I be making this video had I given up on carnivore? Yeah, absolutely. This is not just about keeping me on track, but also about letting you guys know if there are any, significant issues and you're possibly going to run into them, maybe you can do something differently. So, if I fail horrendously at this, I want to let you guys know about it. So, you're armed as best as possible. This is about, being honest with you guys as well as being honest with myself here. So yes, I am still doing the carnivore, with a caveat. I have added some items in out of curiosity and out of desire, so I'll get to that shortly. My main eating habits have been at work. In the morning, I will have an omelette. We have a canteen where there's a lady there. She makes omelettes in front of you, so I can request an omelette to be made, and I will get my omelette with cheese and ham or bacon, depending on what's available. That gets me going. Usually for lunch, I'll have the Angus top beef, just beef and salt cuts, 5 pieces, packed up in one of those little baggy things, and it's delicious. It definitely keeps me going. When I get home from work, I will have a steak or 2, not 2 at the same time, but I might have one earlier in the afternoon or mid-afternoon, and then I might have one later on in the evening. I tend to pretty much only eat ribeye now. That's what I like. Medium rare ribeye, just absolutely delicious. I had been making my own burger patties, as in, mincing my own beef. Get a beef chuck, chop it up, mince it up. Pork shoulder and belly as well. Chop it up, mince it up, make my own sausages. I haven't really been eating those at all because I've been making burger patties, meatballs, and sausages, but my children have been eating them. I don't mind; they're getting good, healthy food. So look, no issues there. It means I'm, pretty much eating steak all the time. And look, you can't complain if you're eating steak all the time. So that's all good. What have I introduced outside of that? So for the month of March, I have started to eat chocolate. This chocolate specifically, this chocolate I actually pick up in my local Aldi. It is 85% cocoa. It is delicious. It does, of course, have some sugar in there, couple of other ingredients, but for the most part, it's good dark chocolate. It's 125 grams of a bar, but it comes in 5 individual bars, so it's 25 grams per bar. I enjoy eating those at night if I'm sitting down to, watch a program or whatever. I might sit down, have one of those with a cup or a glass of milk, and it's nice. The first kind of 4 of them I really, really enjoyed, but I have made it a habit that I'm looking at getting out of as well. In the past fortnight or so, I've also eaten like 5, maybe 6 battered sausages, or sausage and batter, from the local takeaways or chippers. I haven't had any chips, but I have had a southern fried breast of chicken. So yes, it's meat, but for the sausage, it's processed meat, and it also has, the batter, which is basically egg, flour, maybe sugar in there. Not really sure, but anyway, really need to kind of cut down on those. I have eaten those things because I wanted to see if and how my body would react. Quite well, actually, overall, considering that they are quite small amounts relative to what I used to eat in the past. But I have noticed that they don't taste as good as they used to me. And that's been actually quite a positive result. So quite happy there. What are my stats? So I wrote this down. I jumped on the scales this morning. Here we are. So I popped myself on the scales this morning. I am coming in from originally 110 kilos, just a little over. I'm now 98 kilos. So in 2 calendar months, I am down by 12 kilos. Not too bad at all. That's 15.4 stone or 216 pounds. When I originally took my measurements here, I didn't have this. I was actually using a tape measure. So look, I got it wrong. I think I was actually a little bit wider than the measurement I took. But look, just working on the measurements that I did take, my waist was 101 centimeters, and my belly, as in my tummy all the way around, was coming in at 114. As of this morning, that my waist is 96 centimeters or 108 centimeters for my belly. I know I got it wrong the last time, even just judging on my belt. So this is the belt I wear most often, and I was 2 notches in when I started. So ignore this notch. This is actually a new notch here. This is a new notch here. I added this a few days ago because my jeans were kind of falling down on me. So I was two notches out. So I've changed waist size by the very scientific method of 3 belt notches. So yeah, look, this is all good. It's on a slimming downward trend. Now, I'm not crazy about diets in general or being obsessed with getting on the scales. I actually think it's a very bad idea to weigh yourself regularly, because you become obsessed and generally nothing good comes of it. I've worked with weight loss clients in the past, and my insistence was always stay away from the scales until you're coming in to see me. Not really going to get into details there, other than to say I know from experience that jumping on the scales on a regular basis is not a good thing. Jump on the scales when you need to, and you shouldn't be doing it any more often than once a month. The reason is your weight will fluctuate literally from hour to hour, but certainly from day to day. So I happened to be in the toilet taking a leak the other day, just wearing socks and jocks, or underwear and socks. The scales was right there beside me. I wanted to see had things been changing, because I had been eating the chocolate and also the takeaway food. So I wanted to see, kind of where I was, were things changing. And I was actually 96 kilos a few days ago. Now I'm 98. So I've gone up a couple of kilos since then, but the overall trend has been down. So definitely a good idea to leave it, on a monthly basis. Definitely don't be jumping daily or weekly on the scales. Monthly is absolutely fine. So what changes am I going to make? Well, I think it's important that I get rid of the habit now that I've made of having chocolate pretty much every evening. I know it's a small amount, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed the first 3 or 4 times. So I'd rather really enjoy it once or twice a week rather than just kind of enjoy it every night. So I'm going to really cut that out. And I have done, with the exception of this Easter egg that my wife got me, which was like 95% dark chocolate, coffee flavor. Delicious, absolutely delicious. The takeaway stuff, yeah, that really needs to kind of, I don't want to cut it out completely, but I do want to control the frequency of the intake, so I don't find myself, back in a negative loop of eating crappy food all the time. What challenges do I foresee? Nothing really. I kind of have it figured out with regards to what I need to eat and how I need to eat. Potential spanner in the works. I'm traveling tomorrow to Germany, heading to Legoland with my wife and younger children, and I might find it difficult to just eat carnivore. I might not. Germany has a lot of meat. It should be relatively easy to eat carnivore, but I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, if I happen to have a pizza, not that I plan on, but if I do happen to have a pizza, I'm not going to cry myself to sleep at night. I'll just let it go and get back on track when I get home. I'll just kind of see how things go. So that's pretty much it, guys. I don't have anything else to say. I don't know if you can notice any changes here. A little bit of moob. Definitely kind of slimming here. I still have a little bit that I can grab onto, but it's not like sticking out like I'm a pregnant man. Men can't have babies, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I am doing, with one change. Actually, I really think this is important to mention. It's important to have goals, and my primary goal here was to eat healthier, feel good about myself, and reduce or get rid of some or all of the ailments that I had listed in the first video. This list of ailments here, for anybody who wants to pause it, that's just a child scratch. So goals need to change, and what I've noticed is that I feel pretty damn good. My energy levels are much higher and they're consistent. My mood is good. My libido has improved. My performance has improved. Don't think I had any complaints before, but it's all good. And that's come down to not just eating the foods that I'm eating, but the weight loss as well on top of that. So I can't ignore one and one here. And my goal is to, as a sedentary type person, I'm not very active. I don't do weights, don't exercise, much if at all. So as a sedentary type person, I know that my weight, I know that my weight needs to be around 85 to 90 kilos. So my goal has shifted from just being healthier and feeling good to reducing my weight down to a healthier level. And that's got to be below 90 kilos for me. So my new goal is 90 kilos. I'm not going to put a lot of effort into this, to achieve this for the month, but my goal for the month of April is to bring myself down to and ideally below 90 kilos. I'm not expecting that to happen. I'm not going to be going overboard here, but that's my general goal. Usually when it comes to goal setting, you should, aim to exceed what your goal is in order to achieve it. But I'm just saying what my goal is basically over the next 2 months, realistically, to get below 90 kilos. But if I reach it by the next video, that will be absolutely amazing, because I'm not really going to make many changes in between now and then. In fact, I might end up indulging while I'm away on holiday. I'm just going to see how that goes. Look, this video has gone longer, as they all tend to. I seem to be talking a lot. But this video has gone on longer than I planned, which was to be about 10 minutes. I'm now going just past 16-minute mark here. That's really all I have to say on this, guys. As usual, I hope this has been helpful to people. It's keeping me in line, and I hope it's helping you guys out. If you do have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. I'll get to them as soon as I can, and if appropriate, I will respond to that comment in the next video, which is going to be 1st of May, or at least that's the plan. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.